Hi, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk and for unboxings.com. Here we have the new XDA from O2. This is the XDA Venn. This handset has been around for a while in the USA on the AT&T network as the Pantech Matrix Pro, or otherwise known as the Pantech Mustang 2. So here's the handset itself. As you can see, it's quite chunky, but there's a reason for that, which we'll look at in a few moments. Just take a look at what else is in the box here. So we have a recycling bag, so you can send it off when you're finished. You've got your warranty card there. A CD here with getting started. It's got ActiveSync 4.5, Windows Mobile Device Center, and a trial of Outlook 2007. We then have a quick start guide, which is a fairly typical guide sort of thing that you get from O2. It is printed in colour, and it does get you through your sort of first couple of steps with the handset. Then we have a case, which isn't too bad. It's sort of suede on the outside and sort of a suede type material on the inside. It isn't padded at all, so it offers no protection from impact, but obviously does stop the handset from being scratched. We have a USB cable, so it has a standard USB on one end and then a proprietary connector on the other end. Must be completely unique to the Venn and the Pantech, because I've never seen a connector quite like that before. We have the wired headset, which again has this connector on it. Now, could be corrected here, but again, don't think any other handset has the same connector as this, and which is a bit of a, I guess it's kind of a problem if you want to use your own headphones, and it's kind of a problem if you lose your sync charge cable, because that's kind of annoying, and you'll probably want to have more than one if you're sort of travelling between work and home. Anyway, inline microphone with a push button and a volume control, which is just a little wheel on the side, as you can see there. And then we have the headphones themselves. I mean, they don't look terrible. I don't know how good they sound. I haven't tried them yet, but I have seen worse. But it's just, you know, a bit of a shame that you're forced to use those, or you're going to have to try and source an adapter. Then we have the battery, which is a 1320 milliamp hour battery. It's quite large, and it's actually fairly heavy. And last of all then, we have the charger, which is a USB style charger. It's quite chunky. Well, okay, it's not terribly attractive. I know it's only a charger, but there you go. And also we have a UK 3-pin plug and a European plug there that goes with the charger. So that's all we have in the box itself. So we move on to the handset, and let's peel off the cover there. So first and foremost, we have on the front a 2.4 inch screen, which is quarter VGA, so 240 by 320 pixels. As you can see, it's extremely shiny, and with the phone in like the off state as it is now, the front is almost sort of like a mirror finish. I guess that could be kind of annoying if you're outdoors, and I mean, as you can see, it's extremely shiny here. So we'll look at that when we actually power up. Below that we have a couple of soft keys, a home and a back button, and then the phone keys, you know, to answer and hang up your call. There is a D-pad here. It's not a jogger, doesn't rotate, it's just an up, down, left, right, and a push button in the center. On the bottom we have a cover over a micro SD card socket, which supports micro SDHC up to 16 gig according to spec. Up and down volume control rocker and a record button. On the other side we have a camera key, then we have a cover over that connector for your headphones and your charge and your sync cable under that cover there, and nothing really to speak of on the top. So we already looked at the bottom. On the back we have a 2 megapixel camera. It isn't autofocus, it is fixed focus, and you'll see there's no flash and no mirror for self-portraits. Bit of a shame that it's only 2 megapixels. Then we have the cover, pops off like so. SIM card obviously goes here, and the battery simply pops in place like that, and then the cover goes back on. Now, the reason for this fairly chunky arrangement here, which you may already be aware of, I've been hiding, is a numeric keypad for texting and obviously dialing your phone numbers. It is a completely flat keypad, although the buttons are, you know, proper tactile buttons. It is completely flat, as you can see. And also, sliding the other way, we have a full QWERTY keyboard, which is 3 rows of keys. Numeric keys are on a shift function over on this side, but they are fairly decent keys, quite tactile, again quite flat, but the keys are individual and reasonably well spaced, and certainly be able to do, you know, a fair type rate with 2 thumbs like that, as you can see. It does look a bit sidekickish like that, and if we just power on, wait for it to start up, obviously have the Windows logo there. Windows Mobile 6.1 standard, no touchscreen unfortunately. It is you know, a smartphone if you like, so it is, everything is done through key presses and through using the joypad or the D-pad. Weighs only 122 grams, which isn't bad. It does feel a little heavier in your hand than the 122 grams suggests. It does feel a little heavier than the 122 grams does suggest, but I think that's to do with the sort of shape and size of the handset more than anything else. It's 51mm wide, 106mm from top to bottom, and actually at 21mm thick, which is probably, you know, around twice as thick as some other handsets you might find on the market at the moment. Windows Mobile 6.1 standard, as I mentioned already, 528MHz Qualcomm processor, 128MB of RAM, and 256MB of ROM. 2.4-inch display, which is quarter VGA. It is quad band, use it pretty much throughout the world. 3G and HSDPA supported, as well as HSUPA. It does have Bluetooth 2 with EDR support. Built-in GPS, which is an assisted GPS chipset. microSD card we already mentioned, does support 16 gig according to spec. The most disappointing thing I would say about the Venn is the lack of Wi-Fi, which is a bit of a shame. Wi-Fi is something that you pretty much come to expect as standard on handsets at the moment, so it's a bit of a shame that it doesn't have it. Also, don't have a SIM card installed at the moment, so we'll just go through the setup process on the handset and we'll skip all the rest. As you can see, there is a branded home screen here, which is very much an O2 kind of design. With the clock there on the front, and it's telling me that we have you know, no appointments or anything like that on there. In the start menu, so the icons for messaging and so on, and we can go through, we can see all programs, and we can scroll through all of the icons. Doesn't seem to be anything terribly out of the ordinary in here. It does have a Windows Live Messenger, which is cool, and then we have, go back into applications, and then we have a camera, Java applet there, Jet Set PDF reader, task manager, and file explorer. And if we go back, we can go into our settings menu, and we can check out the phone, sounds, profiles, power management, accessibility, set up email, Windows Update. Doesn't seem to be very much customization on there, really, aside from the home screen itself. So we have on the home screen we have missed calls, voicemails, text messages, multimedia messages, and email. We have appointments, and then we have different profiles and wireless manager, ringtone manager, background image manager, and the task manager. All quite cool. And then obviously back to the clock at the top. We can go straight into contacts from here, and obviously we don't have any set up at the moment. If we open up, we can start dialing a number, which, you know, enables us literally to start dialing a number immediately. We don't have to go into like a phone application or anything like that. It just start immediately. You know, searching for contacts in the first instance, or you can just dial a number, and then we can switch around the other way. And when we open the keyboard for the full QWERTY keyboard, it does actually rotate the display, and as you can see, the display is rotated there. What you may have picked up on this video at the moment is how shiny the screen is, and the fact that the display isn't particularly bright. It isn't excessively bright where I'm standing at the moment, although it does perhaps appear to be in terms of the video, but I'm not in direct sunlight, so I think if you're standing in direct sunlight, the display would be virtually impossible to see, I would say, probably. It could be a lot brighter, and I'm sure you've probably changed the settings for that, but by default it isn't particularly bright, although it is quite clear and quite sharp, considering it is only a QVGA display. So that then is the O2 XDA Venn. As I say, it's on sale in the USA as the Pantech Matrix Duo. We'll be having a full review of the XDA Venn over the next couple of weeks, and that will be on site on tracingmat.co.uk, as I say, within the next couple of weeks. So if you'd like to go over to tracingmat.co.uk though, please check out our new forums, which we've only just launched, and if you're a fan of our unboxing videos, check out the others that we have on unboxings.com.